Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. It is the 24th of February, and we're coming into the latter stages of the month. So we've got 2 more trading days left after today. But unfortunately, we're back into drawdown. So I finished last week in drawdown. I finished the week before in drawdown. And whilst we cleared it each time, we're back into drawdown this week. And so frustrating, really frustrating. So we finished. Actually, we're not as bad as it could have been. So we finished on the main account. We're down $16,000 today, but we had our best ever trading day on the small account. So we're almost $5,000 back on that. So we're $11,000 in the hole overall in terms of drawdown. But that being said, I was unlucky today. I'm kind of kicking myself a little bit for not paying attention and things early on pre-market, but I was kicking myself today. So Bridget Aerospace was the big culprit, but it was also, it moved huge amounts. It moved huge amounts pre-market. It moved huge amounts at the open. And I got unlucky with my timing. And I caught the back end of the move, and I got caught in successive downward halts and huge gap downs to boot, and placing my exit orders, limit orders getting breezed past, and I ended up like 25k down on the day. So I clubbed my way a little bit back, finished $16,000 down on the main account. Say we made almost 5,000 on the small account, but $16,000 down on the main account. So we made like $9,000 back up from the depths of the hole that we dug. But look, red days are inevitable. Unfortunately, you can avoid red days to the extent that I've been doing if you practice the basic principles of risk management right. So you put your stops in place. I didn't have stops in place. And that was the biggest error that I made today. I didn't put any stops in place at any time. And when I got caught in a downwards halt, obviously it halted, so I didn't have time to get a stop in place. You can't put an order in place when the market is halted, when the trading's halted. So I had to wait for resumption. And on resumption, it would go straight into another halt. It would gap down and then flush straight into another halt. And I did try to get out. In fact, I had 10,000 shares at one stage. I managed to get half filled. The other half, it just went straight past the order. And this is the risk that you take with limit orders. It went straight, blew straight past the order. I only got one of my orders filled, and then into another downwards halt. So I couldn't get out. So I was stuck in successive downwards halts. If I hadn't got out where I had got out, it could have been catastrophic. Anyway, we finished the day $16,000 down. So what actually happened? I'll talk you through what happened, and you tell me what did I do wrong. Well, first and foremost, the first thing I did wrong is, now I'm normally able to trade at 738. I called this out in my Discord. Activist investor bought a little over 20% of the company. It moved up huge amounts, and it was just really good movement here. So I'm allowed to trade from 730, and I should have been on this straight away, and I didn't. Obviously, I've seen this, so I'm waiting for the pullback here, and I get in this, ride that up, take some profits. I'm early doors. I'm kind of right now $1,500 in profit. I think at the height was about 2,000, get 500 back. So that's not too bad. Don't mind that. $1,500 in profit after this move up here. So I'm getting in here, and $1,500 in profit. I then trade it here. We get in here, and I'm able to take some quick profits. I backed at the top of this move, and it then goes against me. But I'm not too worried. I'm not bothered. I've seen the way that it's behaving. It's upwards trending. It's bouncing, consistently bouncing on the VWAP. So waited for it to come down to the VWAP. I bought and doubled down at the VWAP, and we moved up, and we got profitable again. So moved up there, took some profits here as it started to pull back. Then we got in here and took some more profits on this move here. When you start looking at some other things, came in, I think I took a quick break before the open, and I missed this move. When I came in, looked at it again, it had gapped up. Now, in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have sold here. That's probably the mistake. The mistake I made. Because I got in here, I probably shouldn't have sold here. I just held that into the open. Before the open, I would have got this move up. I could have set stop right there for a profitable stop at the open. Moves up into a halt, and it was up to what, 1246. It went all the way up to 1246 on the resumption. So it gaps up higher, all the way up to 1246, flushed right back down again. Right, I got in here for the break of retest of 12. So it moved up, came back down, and I'm like, okay, I'm not jumping in. I'll wait for the move back up. So as it moves up, retest 12, I get in for the break of 12. And it then flushed all the way back down, all the way down to kind of 1025. As it's moving back up, I add to the position, averaging down for the break of $11 for the move up. So I'm now in a little over kind of 1150 or whatever it was. And then it went up towards 1150. It didn't take any profits at that stage. It just flushed down into a halt. It gapped down straight into another halt. I tried to get out. Once it was on resumption, I did try to get out. I managed to get half my position off here about 9:30, and then it gapped down again below the VWAP this time. And whilst it moved up, I wasn't able to get profitable on it, and it pulled back and ended up getting stopped out here towards 850. So puts me like $24,000 down on the day. Well, a little under 20, I don't know, about $20,000 down. Then as we broke these highs here at kind of $9.50, broke these highs here, I thought, okay, we're going to start to curl up. Maybe we'll get a move back up. Maybe even test the bottom of the gap and move up. At least test $10. But so I get in on this candle as we're breaking the highs, and it comes back down, and as it hits the bottom here, kind of $9. I'm drawing the line in the sand. No more, $9. I'm out. It breaks $9. Completely sells off. So that was frustrating to say the least. We did trade it later in the day, and we managed to get some back. So where we traded it was just after lunch. So if I look at this just after lunch, so here. Been underneath the VWAP, and the VWAP's a great measure of sentiment. It's a great measure of trend. This is a trend indicator, if you will. If it's below the VWAP, it's downwards trending. If it's above the VWAP, it's upwards trending. If it's crossing the VWAP constantly, it's just, ranging sideways. So I was able to get in here. As it broke the VWAP, I got in for the break of the VWAP, swiftly rejected, but I held. And it moved, re-rallied. We got the bounce at the whole dollars. That's what I was waiting for. So I got in kind of at 850, just under 850, and I gave it 50 cents. Didn't break $8. It was kind of my line in the sand. I think it was about 2,500 shares. My line in the sand was $8. If it broke $8, I was out. It didn't. It then rallied, went up, and I was able to take some profits, put a stop in place, and then as it stopped me out here, I got back in here as it made new highs, and I was able to take some profits up here at 950. It did start to pull back, so I got out at 930 for the remainder, and that was kind of I think about 5K on that one, and then as it came all the way back down, tested the VWAP, moved back up. On this move here, I made another 3 or 4K, and I got out on this candle, got stopped out on this candle here, this red candle. I thought, okay, I'm going to go pour a glass of wine. Came back and saw this huge flush down. I'm thinking, I'm glad that I went to pour a glass of wine, because heaven forbid if I decided to get in. Next candle makes a new high, kind of a rule that I have when we get a good strong move to the upside, and then the nice flag pullback. So this is actually a nice big move to the upside. This is actually quite a nice flag setup. And if you're a pattern breakout trader, you might be looking at this and thinking, okay, well, next candle to make a new highs here. We make a move up. We don't test the highs. We make a move up, and it flushed down. However, if you're savvy, we know that we're not at the highs of the move. We're on the back end of the move. So we've got to be careful of what we're doing. This is a double top. This is a clear double top. So you've got the M pattern. So that probably, I'm not quite sure. I didn't trade it, so I may have got in as a potential bull flag setup there, or I may have seen the double top formation and waited and avoided it. I'm just glad I went to get once I got stopped out, I went to get a glass of wine. I actually went to get the glass of wine before I got stopped out, because I had the trailing stop in place, and I got stopped out. So while I was getting a glass of wine, I got stopped out. But then it came back, and woof, it was mega flush. So that's that was how I traded. I did trade Ocean Bio as well. I made 1,300 on Ocean Bio, but it wasn't enough to save me. I suppose the biggest plus I can take from today is I traded the small account, and I managed to trade the small account with LUNR, which I traded on Wednesday. So volatile on Wednesday, it went up to $136, I think it was, per share, but then sold off all yesterday. So I traded that today, and I had leverage today for whatever reason. I managed to make almost $5,000. So put the $5,000 with the 16,000 loss that I've got today, and we end up with just over 11,000 in the hole. So we're finishing the week out to a downside. It could have been worse, but we're finishing the week on the negative. We're finishing the week in a drawdown. So we need to be able to recover that in the next 2 days to be on par for the year. So what do we need to do Monday, Tuesday? Let's have a quick look at what we need to do on Monday, Tuesday. So this is February. As you can see, on the main account, I was $16,000 down. Including the small account, I've got just over $11,000 in the hole. So let's have a look at where we are in February. A little over 50. See, I can't grumble. I have I've set myself high expectations, big targets, but I'm nearly 52,000 in profit, gross profit on February. That's still a great performance. You know, for a month, most people could only dream. But this is an annual salary for most people. So for me to making this as a profit on a month, I don't want to be dismissive. I don't want to be blasé about it. It is a big thing. It's way below the goal that I've set myself, but it's still a great achievement. So I can't berate myself too much over it. Yes, I'm not performing that well in February. I'm below my standards, but I'm still above. You know, I'm still earning good money. And I'm in this to make money. So as long as I'm earning good money, any green day is a good day, any green week's a good week, any green month is a good month. So $52,000 so far with two days remaining. I'm not. We're effectively half of the daily target. So we're 3,000, averaging 3,000 per day. So that's half of what I've set myself as a goal. 6,000 is the goal for February. So let's take a quick look at where we are on the year. We had a really good January, and we brought a cushion into February. So you can see here 226, call it 227. What's a couple of $100 between friends? So $227,000 gross profit. Now, I've set myself this goal, and I need to be at 240,000 by the end of February. The end of February is next Tuesday, close business next Tuesday. So I have 2 more trading days left. So I'm effectively 13,000 away. Give a bit, plus change. 13,000 away from being at goal pro rata for the year. And we've got 2 trading days left. So what's 13,000, divided by 2? It's 6,500 per day. My goal across the year is 6,000. So I'm not too far off goal pro rata. So if I look at my average daily gain, it is 6,300. So I'm actually slightly ahead pro rata. So I just need to be tracking on target Monday, Tuesday. This is what I keep saying. And this is what keeping a log of your trading is really important. When you get the chance, if in doubt, zoom out. So I am green on the year for sure. I'm green on the month for sure. If I even take it one step further and take it to Monday of this week, I'm not having a bad week. It's $18,500 in profit this week, even despite the fact that I've had a big drawdown today. So I've got to take the positives. Bad day today. It just seems like Fridays over the last couple of weeks I've been finishing the week poorly, but bad day today. We take it on board and we kick on. So let's have a look at what the drawdown actually is. We've got 11,281 drawdown. That's where we are. 16,000 drawdown on the main account, but we've covered just under 5,000 with the small account. So the drawdown is just over $11,000. So that's where we are. That's what I need to cover off before I get into March. I don't want to go into March with a drawdown. So if I can get 6,000 Monday, 6,000 Tuesday, we'll cover the drawdown. And we're a little bit beside. So back up to all-time highs, back up to account highs. And we shouldn't be we shouldn't be too worried about, finishing February under goal. We had a good January. We had that cushion coming into February. We've not had a great February. We've been trading kind of erratically. It's probably the best way of describing it. We've had some big drawdowns. We've had some big wins as well. One in particular springs to mind from last week. But day trading can be like that. You're always going to have red days, and sometimes it's cyclical. Sometimes you can have red days and multiple red days in a row. You can have red weeks. You can even have red months. I've not had a red month for 2 years nearly, so hopefully that will continue. I almost had a red month. Well, technically I did have a red month last May, but because when fees and charges come into play, it took me red, but I was positive on the month. So I'm trading badly this month. I traded badly in May, but I'm trading badly this month, and I'm still profitable. So that's what I've got to look forward to. If I can continue to trade well instead of trading badly, and if I'm trading badly and I'm profitable, just think what I'm going to be doing like I did in January. So I'll be back at it on Monday. You come join me on Monday, an hour before the market opens, and we'll do it all again. 8:30 market time, I think it is. So East Coast, New York. It's 1:30 p.m. I know it's 1:30 p.m. here in Ireland, or the same time GMT in Dublin. Come join me then. We'll do it all over again. It's a new week. It's a new day. There'll be more trades, and hopefully we can have a nice green week across the board next week. So let's clear the drawdown. Let's put a green streak together, and hopefully it lasts longer than a week. See you Monday. Enjoy your weekend, and have a good one. Take care.